What's up, fellas, and welcome back. Today I've got a little treat for you. We're going to showcase a commercial log splitting company you probably never heard of. Now, I first stumbled upon American CLS at the Erie County Fair and then again at the Woodsman Field Days out in Boonville, New York. If you've never been, you need to if you're into this kind of stuff. And if you're watching this channel, you're into this kind of stuff. Now, after seeing the quality of the product that American CLS is putting out, a buddy of mine sent me one that he found used, a little bit of an older model that really looks like it's been babied. I told him, you need to jump on that because you're not going to find one of that quality. Trust me, I scour the Facebook Marketplace ads every day, even though I'm not in the market. Now, this splitter that Chad picked up is one of the more entry-level options that American CLS produce. It's called the Highboy. It's available in a couple of different configurations and with a couple of different options. And I secured one of those upgradable options. And I'm gonna bring it down to Chad for his first split. All right, well, I showed up and these boys are already, especially Caleb, hard at work, so we won't mess around, we'll get right to it. All right, well, here she is, the American CLS High Boy. This is Chad and Caleb, the owners of this new piece of equipment. Tell me a little bit about where you found it and what you think of it so far. I know you haven't run it yet.
So we actually found a marketplace. My buddy and I went halves on it, and this thing's built pretty good. I watched YouTube channels. The one thing that got me about it is that it was a good quality. I didn't want to buy something that's cheap China and falls apart in a year or two. I'm lazy. I wanted the log lift, and this had everything, and it's built rock solid.
And the price was right. I can't believe what you bought this for. I'm not going to disclose that information because I didn't purchase it, but
it was a good price.
This thing was a steal. And when you compare this thing to like a Rugged Made or something, I don't know if you ever had hands on, but this thing is built a little more stout than the Rugged Made. Sorry, Rugged Made. I have a couple of the specs on this thing. It's called the High Boy because it does sit a little higher than a lot of the other splitters, which is nice because you don't break your back while you're splitting on it. Speaking of being broken, you'll see Chad, he's going to be overseeing quality control today because he was in a car accident, and that's the whole reason that we're down here. He's helped me out quite a bit of time, so I'm down here with my boy Caleb to help him out. My main complaint when I split on some of these is that you're just bending over the whole time. Now you don't have to bend over to pick the logs up. And two, look at that, perfect. Waist level right for Caleb. Caleb, you might be running some controls today. What do you think? I like it. One thing, I've got a surprise for you. Stand by. I think this might come in handy today.
What? Look at that.
Now, it's not brand new, but I was able to secure you one of these.
That is like a early Christmas present. You're the man.
And I think when you're running something like this, yeah, this is a must-have, so couldn't let you split without the four-way.
I love it. The problem with doing firewood is you handle it more than once. I burn about 5 face cord a year in my fireplace, and we go through about 10 face cord per year doing maple syrup. And all of us that do maple syrup have families. We don't have time to work all winter.
We're splitting all summer just to work all winter boiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that we've got some perfect size rounds for this four-way. I know you might have a little bit of a different size that you use in your fireplace as opposed to your maple syrup.
Yes.
And I know your evaporator gets upgraded every year.
We try.
You guys are
Work
getting
smarter,
bigger
not harder.
and better every single year. We'll have to come back down and check your setup up one of these days. But I think that this is going to be perfect with these size logs to be one and done. Let the old girl warm up.
Yep.
Right? Always warm them up.
Yep.
Don't just get right into it. Look at this guy. He's a natural.
Gotta put it in work.
Running, dude. Look at him running.
He's earning his keep.
think it's time to move her a little bit. You got quite a mound going here, kid.
Yep.
Hey,
That thing works sweet.
we're getting into some naughty stuff. Let's see how she does. Might have to swap here to the two-way. No problem. All right, that was the maiden voyage on the American CLS High Boy. What did you guys think? We had an expert operator here, so we've got about probably an hour of splitting, and we've got quite a bit of firewood done. But we did spend about an hour messing around as well, as always. What do you guys think? What's your first impressions? Let's start with Caleb. How'd it go operating?
Great.
Yeah? You look like you've been there a million times.
Yeah.
All right, and Chad, what'd you think of your latest purchase here?
This met all my expectations. There wasn't maybe one or two that this could push through. I'd pull the four-way off, push through, just split it in half. But it did well.
I was surprised, and actually the cycle time is faster than I thought it was. I've run a county line or a similar brand like that, and it's kind of just crawling. The only time this thing slowed down was when it was getting on those knotty pieces.
Yep.
And there was only one real ugly piece that we had to pull the four-way off and just cleave it in half a couple of times. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the build of this machine, and I think there's just a couple other options that would really help us out. As you can see here, we're splitting wood right under the tongue, which when we did have to move, we didn't capture it on camera, but we had to crawl in the middle of this pile of wood here, get it up and move it over here to make more room for some more wood. So there are a couple of options that I think will really benefit you and your application, Chad. One is the cradle, actually, that sits right here. So when you're operating this machine and you kind of had some logs coming at your toes, or the big split had to get resplit, you could pull it right off of there, put it on the cradle, gives you a little bit more working space.
And then it doesn't fall.
Yeah, it doesn't fall on your toes. You got steel toes on?
Yeah.
Attaboy. And then the other one is an extended hitch here, and that one is the pan. So this is a push-through type splitter, so the wood's gonna inevitably end over there, and there's two pans that'll sit out there and get that wood a little bit further away from your splitter so you can keep going, or get it the right level, split it right into the back of the Polaris, the bucket of the tractor, the back of your pickup truck.
There's fenders available. I think our operator is such well of a job. I should probably buy him fenders to sit on rather than his hunting seat.
Yeah, that's right. You must have been on their website. They do make a fender here that would double as a nice seat for the operator, huh?
Yeah.
So those are the options for the Highboy. Again, the Highboy is called the Highboy because it sits higher than most other splitters. If you like these American CLS and the build quality, there's a couple of different options, and I'm actually going to be doing a series on these splitters, kind of working our way up the chain, entry level, all the way to a machine that's called the Animal, which is absolutely just that, the Animal. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
And I've got my hands on one. But one step up from this is called the Super. You can always go bigger, better, stronger, but I think you did really good job doing your research, finding one that fits you, and purchasing the Highboy. I think it's going to work well for your application. Maple syrup.
Absolutely.
And in the house. What do you think? Do you agree?
Oh, completely, 100%.
Are you going to bring some of this wood home?
Well, after you stack it.
Yeah.
Stack it and dry it. So if you guys are interested in checking out that series, like I said, starting here with the Highboy, going up step by step, seeing what your money gets you and how far you want to take it for your application, please come back, watch some videos. We're going to have those ones coming up in the near future. Subscribe to the channel and stick around to check those out. One other thing you can do, check out this guy's YouTube channel. Caleb, what's it called?
Caleb 3804.
Caleb 3804. That's a really good number.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Dad?
It's a beautiful number.
That's a great number, Dad. Check out Caleb. He's doing maple syrup, wood split. I mean, you saw him in the cockpit here. He looks like he's been doing this his whole life, because guess what? He has.
Yeah.
Good work today, guys. If you guys could do me a favor, help the channel out, go watch another one of my videos like this one up here. Or this one down here by Caleb, right?
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, no! First castaway of the day.